5, 4, 3, 2, 1, live and in the air.
Put your hands in the air like you just don't care.
Whee! Put your hands in the air like you just don't care is very different from stick 'em up.
Yes, that's right, everybody. Stick 'em up. It's time for the Monday Club. In fact, just as we've gone live, I'm going to have to just... there we go.
What's that little one? The brown one? Is that a rail car?
What? Who?
The little one that looks like a tram, but it's not.
Oh, no, that's an electrical thing.
Okay, fair enough.
Why is that not coupling up? It's like, oh, I see you live.
Because it doesn't like you to. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we're having some technical issues tonight, as you may have noticed. So while Jen is trying to work that out, I'm going to say hello to everyone that's in the chat, as long as this chat will slow down a bit.
Like, whoa.
So,
hello to Patrick Ling, Peter Jackson, Sheila Heath, Carbon Holt, Harry Sedgwick, RG Models 86, Simon Sherman 1, Tanner Fellow, Ham Shackleton, Mike. Oh, my word, it's just going really fast. Richard Swiderski, Naive Gage, Sarah Davis, Zantac, Wamgok, Yaharik, JTG Werewolf, Jordan Hunter, member for 9 months. Boom! Evening to you as well. Awesome Bricks, Robert Becking, Stefan Svensson. Hello to you, great to see you. Wendigo Express, Michael Putnam Junction, Simon Trains Mother Railway Showcase, Plymouth North Road Station, Summer Breeze Mother Railway, John and Holly. Wow, we've got a really good turnout. And of course, Gronksy is back from visiting his parents down in Toaster. Actually, he only goes, he's young, so he goes back to have his bread tray emptied. So I'm just looking around, and oh, what a surprise! It's stopped over here.
That green one is having trouble today, so gratuitous arse cam to the rescue. But while that's happening, let's have a word from all of us at the Front VT Centre. Welcome to the Monday Club, your online model rail club for all the news, gossip, layout tours and more, with your host, broadcaster and model maker, Jennifer Kirk.
The Monday Club is proudly sponsored by TMC, the Model Centre. Check them out at themodelcentre.com. The website features extensive stocks of new models as well as selective pre-owned items where you can track down that bargain you've always wanted. Pre-order with confidence all of the forthcoming models from all the manufacturers. TMC also offer a renumbering and renaming service so you can get the exact identity of locomotive that you want. Why not also check out their value weathering, or go for something incredibly special with their bespoke service where you can choose from a more extensive weathered look right through to custom graffiti either off the peg or to a design of your choice. Check out TMC today at themodelcentre.com and start your model journey.
We're back, and you're still having technical issues, aren't you, Jen?
Yeah, some severe technical issues. So we talk to the people.
I will. So you might be able to see a nice little green locomotive with a giant wheel in it. That has now got free and has run off.
Freedom!
So there we go. We've got quite a show for you tonight. We've got a lot of interesting stuff coming up. But at the moment, Jenny is having trouble with some of her choo-choos, which don't want to play ball in this humidity. It's just one of those things. So
somebody asked last week for the Sterling single. I attempted to oblige, but it's like going...
It's happy running around on its own, but it doesn't like to share.
No, it doesn't. So I'm trying to get Jones Goods to catch it up and couple up to it. But, oh no! The Jones Goods decides, no, I'll mess you about.
No, we're going to go off on our own and do our own thing.
Yeah,
so it's one of those nights. Oh, don't we just love it? This is what keeps the hobby interesting.
Is it?
Things don't work.
No, I believe you'll find this keeps a hobby annoying.
Yes.
So you talk to the nice people. Why don't you show them the special code that Oxford Rail has given us? Just us. So we're going to put it on the screen.
Ta-da!
Oh, wait a minute. Hello.
Yep, I'll put it in front of you so that it looks good. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have some nice code, and if I could remember what it says, I would tell you about it. But give me 1 moment.
It's there.
Oh yes, it's here. So what we've got here is a very, very nice 20% off, no minimum spend required. And this is, and I won't put it in front of the screen because it's already on the screen.
Yeah,
so,
it is.
Nice 20% off from Oxford Rail, which was very generous of them. Thank you so much, Oxford Rail. And we do have something coming up later on, don't we?
Yes, we were visiting Oxford Rail, so hold on, let me just...
use them.
We were visiting Oxford Rail, and we got to see the production models of the J26. Now, I know people have seen pre-production, livery samples and such like. We saw the actual off-the-production line models.
We got to see it running, and it was very nice.
Yeah, we got to hear it as well. Unfortunately, due to a technical glitch, we can't share that with you. But
yeah, they were all ready for us to run it and show it, and it's like, oops.
Yeah. So we've got quite a few newcomers: Dave Rowledge, Mark Weekman, Hayward Junction. It's great to see you. Oh, apparently the TARDIS has been spotted by.
Of course it has.
Dear. Yeah, it's behind the chat, so you'll see it down the right-hand side, just behind the chat. Which, I'm trying new locations, but nothing gets past you guys. RG Models 86 says, I've already seen how to play with the new J26.
Very nice.
But these are the production models.
I think you're going to enjoy this. That's what.
So this is the actual one from the production run that you would actually buy in the shops. They just arrived the day before we got there.
Guion Rhys Davies says, you might want to check your email, Jenny.
Right. Well, so
hello, Guion. How are you doing? I can't check your emails. You have to check your email. Oh, I have been given the power to check Jenny's emails.
Yeah. So Guion Rhys Davies, brilliant. Thank you so much. Yeah, we had an issue with our microphone. So we've got we've actually got the video, but the video doesn't have the sound of the loco. So actually, we took some of the interview we did with Guion about the model. But yeah, so Zoe is now checking for that. Retro Ramble says, it's behind you. Oh, no, it isn't. Yeah, yes, it is.
So he sent us some of the sound. That'll be lovely. We'll put it into a video for Wednesday on a special.
Yeah. Retro Ramble says, for data protection and GDPR, check your own email. Now, there's a few latecomers, Gandalf. Here he comes.
The Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor is he early.
Gandalf,
Where's my accent gone?
Give
me a second. I've been on the Hobbit's loop.
No, you've been moonlighting in some kind of working class play for the day.
Working ass play, was that, Jen?
Yeah.
The Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Richard Brighton says, for once I was early.
Well done.
Matron. Right, yes, also we've got some information about...
We've had some...
So, I don't know whether you have the what I forwarded to you.
I have something that you forwarded to me.
Richard Brighton was supposed to be sending it to you.
Oh, I haven't had anything from Richard Brighton.
So what we're going to do, first of all, we've got some information from Tram Fabrique. So
we do.
Let me, I think you're able to post something, are you? Some links.
I'm about to jump it onto the screen with my ability to press buttons. This will be an amazing feat.
So this is from Sven at Tram Fabrique. It says they've got a new product of the Talisman offering. So Talisman, this is the Bachmann 009 model. So shall I hit the lever? Yes, Jenny.
Yes, I had to bring it up on screen first. Beep, beep.
So this is Talisman #1 with sound and stay alive. Now, the model itself is not DCC ready, or at least the ones that are available at the moment from the US are not DCC ready, and I can't imagine that Bachmann will retool it specially just for the European market. So Tramfabrique are offering a full DCC sound with Stay Alive conversion, and it's really quite intricate. He was talking me through this. He also does a cordless motor upgrade. So this is, it's the full works. So he offers them with hidden DCC and Stay Alive as well as sound. Only the speaker is in the cabin. He also installs Firebox Flicker with the sound. So
that's pretty cool.
A bit of a John JMC, the guru of sound. It's like, well, whilst we're in there, let's put everything in. So that's gone up on his Facebook page, but also we've got
onto the main website, which I've put a link to.
So it's a pretty reasonable price when you imagine that this is quite an involved process. He also, one of the things, don't know why, but Bachmann had a blank piece of, I'm assuming it's metal or something, in the cab up against the front spectacle plate, which blocks out the windows. So he removes that. So actually, it much improves the look of the cab. Now, I'm torn actually between the red one and the green one.
I knew you'd want the green one.
Yeah, but the thing is, I've got so many green narrow gauge locomotives, and black for that matter, that I've decided that I'm going to go for the red just for something different. Richard Brighton says, Zoe, I emailed what I was supposed to email you on your email, so please check your email for my email. Thank you.
This message was sponsored by the word email.
Yes. And Worthington Molarero says, ordered both the red and green. Absolutely. I have to say, it's nice that Bachmann have listened to people and brought out the narrow gauge Talithin model. So we'll see Dolgoch will be, I'm crucifying the pronunciation there. I think they're doing the, I know them by their Thomas the Tank Engine names, Sir Handel and the other one. Right, so Richard Brighton sent an image and a link, free download show guide, happy to come on as an interview over Messenger. So we will try and get Richard Brighton on a little bit later on.
Yeah.
But what we are going to do first is take an exclusive look and listen to a short extract from what will be next week's video. So this is the exclusive first look at the production models of the Oxford Rail J26, and we were lucky enough to be able to speak to Guion, who's done a huge amount of work on this, and I was really blown away.
Thumbs up, Guion.
Absolutely. Whilst we were down at Oxford Rail over the weekend, we were just really, really honoured to be able to see this, and it was, I think they arrived the day before. So Sir Haydn, the next one to be done by Bachmann. I'm just looking at Peter Sam. There we go, Peter Sam. So Bachmann technically has the means to make the first 5 of the narrow gauge locos. So that includes Rusty as well. I think number 6 was Duncan, which I'd love to see done in 009. I'm guessing that they'd be there on it. They would do it. Don't worry, Jenny, you pronounced Dolgoch correctly, says IG Models 86. Oh, brilliant. So first of all, shall we go to the exclusive video footage filmed at Oxford Rail?
There's the sign above the door.
This is the rail office, and we've probably got Guion in here. You alright, Guion? Can we come in?
Hello there. Hello.
So this is where we do all the testing, repairing, designing, developing.
So these have just arrived then.
This is the production samples for the J26. This is pretty much how you're going to see them in the shops now. Myself, I'm pretty damn pleased with them. They've come out really, really well.
I mean, I'm looking at that livery is absolutely superb.
It's the contrast between the gloss as well as the matte finish to the smoke box door and the cab roof,
yes,
which really sets it apart. There's a lot of other details in there you may notice, very subtle differences between this and the previous J27. Things like the ends of the axles are actually covered, so that they previously they were exposed. You see just the silver ends of the axles. Here we actually have covers on them, so they look more like the prototype. And the rims of the tyres have also been painted as per the prototype. So there's a huge elevation in the quality of the product. As I say, versus its predecessor. But there are improvements all across the board, including the sounds. So we worked a lot with ESU to improve the sound setup on it. We've completely redesigned that setup. We've increased the speaker size. It was originally 11 by 15 by 3 mil. It's now 13 by 18 by 4.5 mil, and that's producing a much better quality sound, as well as the sound project itself has been upgraded and overhauled by ESU, and that also sounds fantastic. It does.
So will all versions come with a factory fitted speaker, or only the ones that ship with sound?
Yeah, all versions will be sound ready, so they will have that speaker installed ready for you to use. So you will be able to upgrade it either with a third party sound decoder, or you will be able to purchase the sound decoder direct from us. We're also talking with ESU about publishing the sound project, so those who have access to V5 lock sound decoders, as well as a lock programmer like we've got here, could actually tinker with it, make their own changes to it, and be able to make it their own if they want. You know, I'm kind of the advocate of, if I buy a loco with sound, maybe I don't like the whistle that's been included in it. So by having the access to the source files, they're going to be able to go out and record their own sounds, or pull it offline or whatever, and they'll be able to make it their own, which is something I think would be really good for the hobby.
And I think as well, even the same members of a class, different locomotives would have had slightly different quirks, and that then lets you change a little bit so that no two locomotives are absolutely identical to each other, which gives you that variety if you've got multiple members in your fleet.
I think so, absolutely. Yeah, I mean there will be variants that have slightly different whistles on them. Some might have been damaged. Some in their later life, the sounds might there may be more steam leaks. So you can change the feel and the sounds of the loco, but we give you the base starting point for that. So yeah, hopefully at some point ESU will publish that on their website for everyone to play and tinker with.
So do you have all of the different livery options, or is it just the North?
No, all 4 livery options are here.
And also, I mean, you've got examples. This is the next run of the banana wagons. You're basically trying to do every variant that there ever was, in terms of, you've got the ones that were loaned to the Southern Railway, and then you've got another run of the northeastern ones and the BR ones?
Yes, so originally we had the northeastern large letter and the BR. Since then we've rerun those 2, but they have been upgraded. These are now revised with more accurate liveries. The British Rail version is now in a BR bauxite rather than the LNER red oxide that was before, so that fits in better. And we've also then included, as you mentioned, the patched Southern Railway when the banana train went to Southampton, as well as the post-1937 LNER livery, because they all consolidated and all the different companies kind of standardised how they did the livery on wagons, so that the workmen wouldn't be confused and have to look around the wagon to find the various information. It was all in the same place in the same format on every company. So yeah, those are the 2 new inclusions, but as well as that, we've expanded the range by changing how many numbers we produce. So originally you had just the 2 liveries, and they had the 1 number and that was it. Every version of the 4 liveries now will have 3 numbers. So you know, depending on what era you're going to have, you can straight away buy 3 of them and have a rake to use on your layout without having to paint and renumber your wagons.
Oh, we were enjoying that so much here that we were like, oh, it's finished. What? Oh no, we're back. So a huge thank you to Eloise and Gwen down at Oxford Rail showing us around and showing us that sample. That is the production sample of the J26. It arrived with them the day before, so the production is, as far as I'm aware, pretty much complete, and I think that means that we're looking at I think it's normally about a 4-week transit on the boat from China once it gets loaded.
Steam Railway, it's good to see that whatever issues you had with the live chat have been sorted from the comment that we saw. If this is available with DCC sound, let's see if it comes to Ali Pali next year. It is DCC, isn't it?
What?
The new locomotive.
Oh yeah. You can have it with sound, and in that little piece that we played, that we recorded whilst down at Oxford Rail, the sound profile, the speaker, all of that goodness has been really thoroughly reworked on these. So we're going to share again the. Hold on. So just over there, we've got a discount code for exclusively for Monday Club members. And this gets you 20% off when ordering from Oxford Rail's website. So basically, get there and make out like a bandit. 20%. That's 1/5 off. That is a really good deal. And actually, Oxford Rail stuff is very, very competitively priced to start with. To give an example, the sound-fitted Bosch Buster set. That's a Dean Goods in ROD livery and the Bosch Buster in really quite eye-catching camouflage livery with sound. I think I worked it out roughly in my head, and it comes down to not much more than what you would pay for an ESU sound decoder on its own, and you get the loco and the Bosch Buster railgun with that as well. And I think it's free postage as well. Now, don't quote me on that. Do double check first. But certainly there's some great deals to be had, but they haven't got many of those Bosch Busters left. In fact, actually a lot of items are selling through really quickly. So do make a note. It's on your screen now, 20% off. Use that code. It's valid until, I think it's the 30th of this month.
Yes.
I've got a paper copy here. So valid from Sunday just gone through to the 30th of June. No minimum spend required. Use the code Monday Club. That's all one word. I think it's all capitals. If it doesn't work as all capitals, try it lowercase as well. So there you go. And of course, don't you? Ooh, let me get myself back on the. It's really difficult trying to look past that. I mean, you think it's just projected on the computer, but actually, there's this huge wall just appears in front of me in midair. So don't forget to. Have you broken it?
The roving camera doesn't want to work.
Oh no. Oh no. Try it again.
I'll go to a different camera.
Have you over there?
That one works.
Let me just check. Oh, I think.
Did you unplug it like a numpty?
No, I didn't. I must have
caught it. Did you unplug it like a numpty?
Must have caught it. Shh.
So while we were watching that lovely video, and thank you once again to Oxford Diecast for letting us come down.
Apparently that also includes all items on Oxford Diecast's website as well. So
make out like a bandit.
That's it. You heard it here first. Make out like a bandit. Tell them the Monday Club sent you using the special code for 20% off. No minimum spend. But like I said, there's some great stuff there. And actually, whilst we're there, I took the opportunity to get a few items. So really grateful to Oxford Rail for sending us away with bags of stuff. So I've got the new tanker wagons. They've still got some of these in stock.
Do you want me to bring you up on the main screen?
Yeah,
so
bring me up full screen so people can see these. So, so there we go. And actually, one of the really exciting things, well, it's exciting if you're an OCD neat freak like me, but the box sizes have been adjusted. So anybody who's been storing their boxes away like I do will know that the sizes weren't quite the same as what the likes of Hornby and Bachmann and Rapido were using. That's actually been addressed. So the new box size, I think it's only a few millimeters, but sometimes that does make all the difference.
Yeah, sometimes that does make Jenny's eye twitch. So we've had a message while the video was playing.
Yeah.
Saying that we have a Monday Clubber who has a birthday this week.
Oh.
So, Happy birthday to you. Squash tomatoes and stew. Bread and butter in the gutter. Happy birthday to you.
I don't think that'll actually come on now. Oh no, it's worked! Boom! I repaired it. I am great. Everybody loves me. And that's why you should be hitting that like button. And don't forget as well, subscribe and ring the notification bell if you've not already done so. And it's the best and quickest way to make sure you don't miss anything on this amazing channel. There's far more than just the Monday Club. But as you just saw, we get all sorts of exclusives. So it's a great way of keeping up to date with everything Vitamin Train. Now, what other stuff have we got? It's a busy day. The 3 new tankers were my first product, says Gwyn Rhys Davies. Excellent, and they are really good. So I've just, whilst I'm talking, it's very difficult to actually jabber away and get stuff out of boxes, but I'm just getting them all out actually. What I like about these is the amount of air gaps through the chassis. You might think that's like, well, what is she talking about? But actually, real tanker wagons don't have, it's a very spindly chassis underneath these things. And that's been captured really, really well by Oxford Rail. Now, a few people as well also asked about the heavy-duty bogie wagon that was trundling around in that video. Yes. That's actually an initial 3D print of the Toten A, which I know when they announced it, it was like, I've never heard of this wagon before, but it's a really interesting and different wagon. And one of the things that Oxford Rail have done in the past when they announced and brought out the Bosch Buster is doing things that are like really quirky and different. Frustrated Ape says, the camera looks fuzzier than normal. Must be the heat from the Jones goods. Actually, that does look a bit fuzzy. It might, I don't know.
Have you broken it?
Probably. The tankers are all brilliant models, says RG Models 86. Well done, Gwyn Rhys Davies. Absolutely. I deliberately will not say that I'll be 43 on Sunday, says Warbler Productions. You don't look a day over 42. But happy birthday to you. Squash tomatoes and stew. Bread and butter in the gutter. Happy birthday to you. Gronksy got excited because we mentioned bread and butter. So there we are. He's been back to Toaster to get his mum to wash his breadcrumb tray. He's only young, you see. He's twiddling his Browning knob. So, yeah, somebody asked last week about us running the Sterling Silver. So I did.
Sterling Single, even.
Yeah. What I'm trying to do is keep in my head lots of things. Now we need to get Richard Brighton on to talk about Smurf.
We have to get him on to talk about Smurf.
It's the Settle Model Rail Festival. So how do we? Zoe, you're the techno weenie. So
I am not the techno weenie. You're an international techno weenie.
Yes, I am.
That's why everything breaks when you touch it.
So can we get? I'm going to need you to plug in my headphones.
Oh no!
And this will then allow me to hear and commune with the Bright One.
Well, in that case, we probably shouldn't plug your headphones in so that you don't end up communing with bright people.
The bright people.
You have to remember the old legends and fairy tales about the beautiful people and how you should avoid coming into contact with them. They can be dangerous.
Can I just say that right now, a guy called Anthony at DCC Concepts is laughing his ass off.
Ha ha, thump thump.
Yes, so he's going to be in the market for a rental pair of buttocks because he's just
rent your buttocks.
No, you do.
Where does this plug in do?
Somewhere down there you'll find a thingy.
Is it on the end of this?
It might be. Plug me in. Oh, yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Right. So, again, don't forget to tickle that like button. Consider sharing this video to social media, and also subscribe if you've not already done so. We're about like 2 subscribers away from 26.2 thousand subscribers.
That's a lot of subscribers.
Yeah, if you turn the volume up a little bit in my earphones, I'll stop shouting. DJ K666. Oh, no, not so loud, you Wally brain.
I'm not a Wally brain. You.
Oh, God. If you want a job doing properly, do it yourself. There we are.
If you want volumes adjusting, then yes, absolutely
H.
do it
Walker
yourself.
Steam and Heritage Rail Vids says already have liked it. Boom! But yeah, DJ K666, so I've just managed to get the weekend off for the Bluebell Model Weekend. Absolutely, that's the final weekend in June. And Minith Tatus Newith, it's the exhibition debut of that layout. So it's a great opportunity to come on and see how the rebuild went. We've not actually finished putting out all of the videos on that, but we are getting there. If you haven't seen them, then do make sure that you go back and watch those. I know for some reason the second and third video, some of you haven't bothered. I don't know why. How was the trip back up north, says B. Mozer? Pretty good, actually. We went fairly early on the Sunday. I think we were wheels up at about 8:20 in the morning. And it meant that we didn't get stuck in any traffic, which is always fun. I don't like getting stuck in traffic. I was driving a 30-year-old car with 250,000 miles on the clock.
And a couple of fat lasses in it.
Yeah, and I have to say, one thing that car does not like is grinding in traffic. So
no one likes grinding in traffic.
Yeah, Nick at Bletchton High Level says, we'll be back at the Bluebell Bash as well. Woohoo! Oh, wow. So it's going to be putting the band back together. And Transport Loving Jacob says, can I get a channel shout out? Absolutely. SHGB Media said, Statfold Barn have their Steam Festival this weekend. Lots of narrow gauge locos in action. Always good. Always love going to the Statfold Barn events. And oh, yes, Frising Hall models as well. On, I think, Saturday the 28th, we must not forget Frising Hall models as well. If you're stuck in the north, you can't get down to the Bluebell Model Railway event, then Frising Hall models have a special event on, a chance to meet Pete Waterman. He's going to be one of their special guests. So do check that out. That's on the Saturday only at Frising Hall models. And of course, there's plenty to buy. Oh, hold on. We're now ringing Richard Brighton. So, hello.
Hello.
I seem to be getting some kind of feedback.
I have muted my TV, otherwise we will be in feedback hell.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
The big one.
The big one. So right, I've just brought you up on screen.
Yeah,
that's not it, is it?
That's
not
one.
how we do it.
You don't want that one on. You don't want this one on. You want me. Hello.
Yes. Hello. Sorry. Just there we go. Right, we're just moving you around so that you fit on the screen with me, and
I'm trying to
I'll get there in a
hold
second.
my
Don't
camera
worry.
in my left hand so that I can use the right hand for the mouse.
So you're holding your phone in your left hand, are you, to keep your right hand free?
Correct.
One-handed browsing.
Thank you.
Yes. One-handed browsing like a pro. But no, you're
right.
You're here to talk about the Settle Model Railway Festival, or as I've been calling it, SMURF, because that's what the acronym says to me.
Yes.
So tell us all about the event. What dates are we looking at, and what can people expect to see if they're coming up to Settle over the course of that weekend?
Well, we are on the 19th and the 20th of July. And I believe you have a link to bring up a program guide if you want to.
Zoe, have you got a link for the program guide to put in?
It's already in the chat.
We've already put that in the chat, so that is there. People can find that in the chat. And
Great.
if the mods want to occasionally repost that as it goes off the top, so that people can still catch up with that.
So the principle behind this is it's a totally free show.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some things that you need to pay for. So if you want to do one of the courses, you pay for that. And obviously, if you want to buy something, you pay for that. But to get into the show, it's free.
Absolutely. There's a lot to see, because this is not just at DCC Concepts itself.
No.
You've got other venues around the town of Settle as well. So there's a lot going on.
We've sort of incorporated the whole show, so it stopped being a DCC Concepts Open weekend, and it's now the Settle Model Rail Festival, so it involves the whole town now. The show guide then, because we've got this principle of being free, the show guide is a free PDF download. Now, if you want a souvenir printed copy, we'll have them for sale at the event for £1, and that's because it cost 95 pence to print the show guide.
So you're not making any real money off that. It's just, just simply what it costs if people want a souvenir.
That's right. By the time you put VAT on that, it's about £1.16 or something. So the pound is just to cover the cost of the printing. That's all. We've got quite a wide variety of things going on. This started, I think I mentioned that I wanted to do this when I came to visit you on the Monday Club and said, this be a really good idea. And it's just grown like Topsy to the point where it's going to be busy, I think is a word. Busy. So I'll just run through what I've got. So we've got the Victoria Hall in Settle, which is the largest hall that we have in Settle. And we're not only taking the hall, we're also taking the stage, and we're taking their meeting rooms, and we're taking their restaurant and cafe, and we're taking their bar. So
it's quite a big venue in and of itself. I presume they normally use it for things like putting on plays and pantomimes, that kind of thing. So it's quite a big venue.
It's the world's oldest continually operating music hall. So it's been around a while, but they usually put concerts on and plays and things like that. Yes, so it's a proper theatre. But the sort of ground floor is flat, so you can put chairs on it, but you can also have it as an exhibition space. So in there, I have TMC, the Model Centre. So they have a stand selling new and weathered and graffitied and renumbered things for you to peruse. I have Ellis Clark showing off their latest goodies, which there are plenty to look at. I mean, if you look at the Dalsted Pullman coaches and the Black Five and all sorts of wonderful things.
And the Lomax.
The Quad Art and the Lomax. Oh, there's tons. I've got West Hill Wagon Works in there.
Oh, always good.
So they'll be selling all of their wonderful things. I also have a bit of a coup de grace here. Rails of Sheffield selling.
Wow.
Not exhibiting. I have Rails of Sheffield selling at a show.
Because they haven't. There's been quite a few years since they've done a show selling stuff. So
yes, to my knowledge, I think it was either Whalley or Doncaster 2022. I can't remember the one. I'm pretty sure it's 22 that they were last selling at a show.
Yeah.
So they're going to be there with a lot of quality used products.
So that'll be the second answer.
I'm quite keen. Because this is a festival, I don't want this to be a cutthroat show. So Rails are going to be selling their quality used and TMC are going to be selling new. So they're not sort of treading on each other's feet.
Excellent. And just very quickly, Mike at Pudham Junction says, do you have the postcode for the venue? I think
Settle.
I mean, Settle's not that big. To be honest with you, it's not that big.
Settle. You can put in our postcode, which is Bravo Delta 249 Romeo Papa. That is on the front cover of the show guide, which I believe you put the link up for.
Yes.
But honestly, if you put your sat nav to Settle and park in any of the car parks in Settle, there'll be signposts from those car parks to the venues.
Yeah, because I mean, Settle's not a huge place.
There are 3 car parks. 3 main car parks plus ancillary parking plus town square parking and various others. And there are 2 main venues, that's Victoria Hall and our complex on the sidings. We've got 6 visiting layouts plus 3 of our own layouts plus the dealers that I've just talked about and modular layouts on the Friends of Settle and Carlisle. We've got a craft fair on at the same weekend. So we've arranged that with the town, so there's going to be a craft fair on as well. We've got the signal box open, so you can go in and actually operate Settle Signal Box. We've got the museum open at the Folly with their coffee shop, loads of tea and coffee shops and pubs in the town square, of course. Plus the famous fish and chip shop, which you've got to go to.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's 2 fish and chip shops actually. I've done you've got Pepsi to the max there. I see.
I do.
Yeah. There's 2 fish and chip shops, isn't there? Is there?
There's the Fisherman and there's one in the town square. Everyone will have their favourite.
But yeah, I mean, there is a lot anyway. Naturally, if you go to Settle any day of the year, there's a lot to see. It's a lovely place, but this is going to be a real taking over festival of all things model railway. I noticed as well. You've got to
mention as well. In terms of the dealers, I've mentioned the ones in the halls.
Yeah.
But we've also got JDM, of course, in the town square, which is Settle's sort of little model railway emporium that not many people know about, but I believe you've found yourself in his little
I've actually
crevice.
Can I just say I've never actually been in there because you were cracking the whip and I never actually got to go and visit the place. But it's a real Aladdin's cave for a good browse. So they're going to be there. That's their actual premises.
So they'll be open as well.
You've also got
layouts. I've got Barras Bottoms in 2 mil, Clatter Bridge in 4 mil, Deadman's Lane in 4 mil, Horton Green in 4 mil. And then I've got one for the kids, which is New Old Traction Depot. They like their Thomas tank engine, so they've got all of the various Thomas and Friends engines on there. And then, of course, we've got our demo layouts, shop layouts, etc., as well. So plenty of layouts to see.
And of course, the Ribblehead Viaduct that you've got in your shop is actually starting to gain scenery. Finally, in all the time I worked there, it was this big void.
It has grass.
Has the grass appeared? So actually, that's well worth seeing.
Yeah.
I must admit, when we came and visited, actually, we came and visited Iron Horse, who was holding the fort one day. Yeah. And actually, I took a look, and it's coming along great, actually. It's going to look something really amazing when it's all done. But you've also got...
it's going to be pretty awesome.
Am I right in thinking as well, you've got BRM magazine will have a little stand there as well?
We have BRM there as well, and they were kind enough to sponsor the back page of the show guide, which covers the difference in cost between the cover price and the total printing cost. So they've just covered that difference, which will keep the cost down for people who want to buy one, which is great.
Absolutely. So it's going to be a great event. And one thing I would say is that there's a lot of hotel options. If people want to come and stay, obviously if they're coming a long way, there are various hotel options in the area.
There are. There's a couple of chains. So there's Premier Inn at Gargrave, which is about 15 minutes away, and there's a Travel Lodge at Skipton, which is about 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
But in Settle itself, there's a whole host of Airbnbs and bed and breakfasts and guest houses and hotels as well. The best place to go to get information on that is the Settle Tourist Information Office. They have a website. You can ring them and ask them what's available and find one that suits your budget and your style, shall we say.
Absolutely.
Because some of us will be happy staying in a bunk house. I think some of us might not. So there's a variety of different options.
And is this going to be an event that you're going to run every year, or is this a one-off?
I'm hoping so. We started off doing the DCC Concepts Open Day a few years ago, and the whole premise was that was going to be an annual thing. And each year the visitor numbers grew to the point where I thought, well, let's make this more than just us.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a gap in the show calendar at this, especially in the July area.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who want to come out and be out, especially when the weather's warm. You want to be out of the house and going and doing something rather than inside. So thought, well, let's make it a thing. But I didn't want to be another commercial show. I didn't want to do it as pay £10 to come in, because I wanted it to be a celebration of railway modelling.
Absolutely,
I wanted it to have a proper festival atmosphere. So there will be live music at the venues. There will be barbecues and outdoor cooking. There will be outdoor seating areas underneath canvas and things like that. So it will have a proper festival atmosphere to it. And I wanted to foster that. And I think when you start charging a lot of money for parking and a lot of money for entry and things like that, I think you lose that sort of vibe, and I didn't want that to go.
And we've seen that with some of the really big shows where, even before you've seen a single layout, you can be, even for a family, you can be looking at, £100 plus out of pocket just to walk through the door. And from the retailers and the participants' point of view, that makes them less than likely to buy products. So with this, save the money. You're not paying anything to get in. You can save that money.
That's right.
And buy yourself.
The same goes for the dealers who are in there. I'm not charging them for their pitch. No, I'm not asking them to pay to put their stand in the hall.
So I think this is definitely a great idea. I'd like to see this almost as a template for perhaps other people to try a similar sort of idea. I mean, I think it sounds like an absolutely great time. And of course, Settle itself.
I'm hoping
it's a beautiful place. You can combine it going there with
there's
going
plenty
through
of other things to do. I mean, there's loads of attractions around the Settle area. There's hundreds of them.
Yeah.
And a quick Google or look on TripAdvisor will find pages and pages of them.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
it's not like you're just tied to one thing at all. No.
Absolutely. And of
there's
course,
there's good rail links as well. I mean, you know that the railway line does have regular services.
Yeah, it's at least every hour, isn't it? And it's
yeah.
And Settle Station is very conveniently located for this because it's literally
for this particular event. Yes.
Yeah. But one of the particular venues, it's sort of like you can see it from the platform, so it's really convenient. But no, we're really looking forward to this. And we're going to be there as well, the Cupboard Monkey and I.
What?
Yes,
I've
you are,
got the
Zoe.
balcony in the Victoria Hall. The balcony is your area.
Yeah,
so
we will be doing
you can put
some
your cameras
live
up and
streaming.
stream live. Yep.
And this is
you
going to be
can show
great.
what's going on.
So we could make it like a Monday Clubbers VIP area, which would be
You have that whole seating area in the balcony. So if you want to do interviews with people from BRM, people from Rails, people from TMC, Ellis Clark, West Hill, DCC Concepts, whatever you want, if you want to put in little interviews with people and things like that, you have that whole area to do that. So if you want to make a couple of days of really good content, then you've got everything you need there, I think.
And I think it's one of the things that we've actually kind of pioneered is live streaming from events, which we've done to promote. We did the I Can't Believe It's Not Wally show. We did a lot of promotion with that. We've done the Doncaster show. We've done a lot of promotion. Great Electric Train show, and it's all worked really, really well. And I think that's something which is a great thing to have at these shows. But we'll sort something out as a kind of a Monday Clubbers little VIP area. I think it might be quite fun. But we'll be doing the live stream.
You've got some little red rope and a bouncer.
Oh, can we borrow Craig from time to time? Dress him up in his court appearance suit, and he can just growl at
Craig
people.
will be delivering the Getting Started with Weathering course, which you can go on. There'll also be a Getting Started with Soldering course that will be done with RJ, because he is a genius solderer.
Well, the thing with it's really good you mentioned these, because these courses, some of the things, like in particular soldering, I think everybody kind of thinks they know the principles of soldering, but I know myself. For many years, I had struggled so much with soldering, and it was actually RJ who just sat me down, and in 5 minutes, he actually taught me far more than I'd ever been able to glean before. There's a lot of people
as well, and you and I both know this, who go around scared of soldering, trying to use all sorts of different connectors and ways of doing it, because you don't want to admit that you're nervous about it.
Yes.
So going on a course like this, you're amongst people who feel the same.
Yes.
And the first thing you do is you immediately feel comfortable, because RJ is very, very good at making a room of people feel really comfortable and really at ease.
Yeah.
And then he'll go in at the very, very basic level, and because you don't need to feel maybe there's people in that room who are better than you, or you feel that you're not as good as other people. But if you always start at the very basic level, then even the people who think that they're experts will go, oh, I didn't realize I could do it like that.
Yeah.
And you're learning a skill from the ground up. And people, like driving, you learn bad habits, and you might be doing things which maybe will come back to bite you later on because you're not prepping properly or you're not using the right flux or something like that.
And I think a lot of people as well, they think, oh, my solder's got flux in it, that'll be fine. And actually, what they're probably doing is they're using solder that's actually intended for a completely different job. And in the same way, you wouldn't use a Ferrari to tow a caravan, so you wouldn't use plumber's solder to actually solder model railway stuff.
That's right, and there's elements of that. There's the weathering course, there's the soldering course, there's an advanced weathering course which is done by Andrew Thompson. You'll know him as Kiwi.
Yes.
And he is actually a Missenden Abbey lecturer, so he is top notch, right? And he's going to be doing an advanced weathering course using airbrushing and oils and all sorts of things.
Oh, right.
Then we've got the point control course that James is going to be doing. So again, a lot of misconception in DCC that you think, oh, well, if I'm going to control my points with DCC, I don't want to be pressing numbers on my handset.
Yeah.
Well, James, he'll show you how you can have minimal wiring and have your toggle switches still.
Yes.
So he goes into things like that, or levers, or pushy buttons, and then we've got Chris. Now Chris is doing the most advanced course. That's the super panel course, and super panel is just mind blowing what it can do. It is frightening what that thing can do. I basically said to anyone who says, "What does super panel do?" The answer is just yes.
Yes. Does it do? Yes.
Yes, it does.
But how would people book onto these courses? If people go, actually, I want to do one of these courses. How do they go about getting on?
Go to our main homepage. There's a link on the front page of the website that says "Click here to book a course." You just click on that, and it takes you through to a web page with all the different times and dates. And the title of each of the courses includes the time and the place where that course is. So you can check that you're not clashing, because there's some people who come up and do 2 or 3 courses.
Yes.
And you don't want to necessarily clash 2 courses together.
Yeah, you
and
don't
things
want to
like
find
that.
you have to be in 2 places at the same time.
Yeah. We do keep the numbers down though, because you don't want lots and lots of people crammed into a classroom, and you don't get the one-to-one attention.
Yeah.
So
basically, if there's a must-have course for you, you've got to get that booked to make sure that you don't miss out. But look, thank you so much for coming on, and we're really looking forward to
That's all right.
19th.
Well, we'll see you there. I presume you'll be coming on Friday to set everything up.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be great. Hopefully we get the weather, because Settle is wonderful when you get good weather. But of course, the venues, they are undercover, so
They are.
It's definitely, there's a lot going on. So look, thank you so much for coming on to talk us through the smooth Settle Model Rail Festival, and definitely one to look out for. So we've got...
It's lovingly called Smurf, which is why we've chosen the blue and white colour scheme for it all as well.
Oh, that's nothing to do with it also being DCC Concepts colour scheme?
No, nothing to do with DCC Concepts using blue and white as corporate colours. No, nothing to do with that. No.
I meant to ask, actually, because was blue and white always the corporate colours? Because... things like the decoders weren't always in blue or black shrimp, were they? They were red at one point, was it?
They were originally red, yes. The original decoders were red. But blue and white has always been the DCC Concepts colour scheme since Richard conceived it. But no, the decoders have been different colours over the years as well, yeah.
Absolutely. So people always ask me what colour my next set of badges are. So what colour will be the next range of decoders?
Well, I'm pushing for gold.
Gold?
But I don't know.
All right. Well, watch this space. Definitely, we'll be the first to know when you've got new decoder products coming out. You'll come on and tell us all about
you'll get
them.
a sample.
What I would say
is... Speaking of which, do you want a sneaky preview?
Always.
So what would you say to a solenoid point motor?
I'd say, hello, Mr. Solenoid Point Motor.
With a built-in frog switch.
Right.
That actually works.
I would say yes. So what you're talking about here is...
That actually works reliably
So is this basically like the ADS product, but without the DCC decoder in it, or is
No,
this...
we're talking about a solenoid point motor with a frog switch,
So,
not a separate item with it.
but a frog switch that actually works reliably, as opposed to, I think everybody's there's another product on the market I think everybody's used and sworn at, which doesn't necessarily continue to work when you want it to. So effectively, a built-in frog switch as part of the solenoid. So instead of scrabbling
especially if it could also be used both underboard and surface mount.
Get out of town! Oh my word, you're really spoiling us now. But yes, this sounds actually really, really good, and presumably,
and especially if it doesn't have solder connections as well, because it's plug and play.
Oh right, so we don't even need to go into the voodoo of soldering. It just
no.
I would.
So I'm guessing that will be. So when I get the samples through, then you'd probably want to look at those, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and so basically you could power these either through a standard run-of-the-mill CDU, or you could actually run them through a solenoid accessory decoder.
You could,
So yeah, quite interested actually. So
because a lot of people say, "Oh well, DCC Concepts don't." Why are you doing a solenoid? Because you don't do solenoids. Oh, we do.
You do.
Well, we do. There was a point where Hornby magazine did a top 10 solenoid point motors in the UK.
Yes.
And DCC Concepts made 7 of the top 10 of them that they listed.
Because you made them badged for other people, like Rails, Sheffield, the Rails Connect point motors.
TMC.
Well. And back in the day, you did a load for Hattons as well. So there's quite
Hattons, Gauge Master, TMC, Rails. Yes.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, I am looking forward to those, definitely. So do you have a time frame on these getting released, or is it
soon?
Soon.
Same as the question has just been asked. How much are they? Secrets.
But that's Mr. B's way of saying I don't know yet.
More than a standard solenoid point motor, but less than a Cobalt.
Absolutely, and presumably, because you've got to remember, you're getting the thing for changing the frog polarity as well in there. So it's quite a good deal.
So yes, could be interesting.
Anyway,
watch this space.
Thank you so much for telling us all about Smurf, and also the
Smurf.
little teaser.
Yeah, we'll see you at Smurf.
The little teaser as well for that new product, and we've posted the link in the chat, so details are there. If any of the courses are a must item for you to go on, then do get that booked sooner rather than later, because places are limited.
As you said, we don't want more than 6 people in a classroom because you don't get the attention, and it's all about hands-on. People do ask sometimes, especially from abroad, will you video stream the courses? The answer is no, we can't, because it has to be hands-on.
Yes.
So we can't video stream them because it doesn't work like that.
Absolutely.
But we are working on having YouTube videos that teach the same principles as we have on the courses. So hopefully for example, the soldering and the basic weathering and the point control videos are already on YouTube, so you can actually go and look at that now. But it's better, obviously, if you can have one-on-one, hands-on. That's always going to be better than watching a video.
Absolutely. Well, look, thank you so much for that, and of course we will visit this again between now and the event. But look, you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, matron. But look, you take care. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Remember,
what is that? Sorry.
I don't. What is what? Sorry.
What is something you wouldn't do? I'm confused.
I don't know, but if you get caught, don't admit to anything, because remember, it's not. It's not.
I remember.
It's not what they know. It's what they can prove. Yeah. Just say you got nothing on me, copper. Right, look. Anyway, you take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much. That's Richard Brighton from DCC Concepts talking to us about the Settle Model Rail Festival. So there we go. Right, I'm going to take my cans off so that. Oh, hold on. The invisible wall has come back. Just reminding people, any latecomers, that the Oxford Rail. Oh, it's gone now. The Oxford Rail, we've got that special code. Do check it out. Do make use of it. It's valid until the 30th of June. As far as I'm aware, you can use it again and again and again. No. Oh, hello. No minimum spend. So there you are. Let them know that the Monday Club sent you. Right. I'm going to change the... There we are. I'm going to... Look at
You're just doing this so that I have to keep pressing the buttons, aren't I?
I am, yeah, definitely. So, right, hello 3B Rail, Cymru Rails. Says, I found the weathering video very helpful. Tom Marshall, Buckle Skelly Station, hello to you. Great to see you. Hope you're well. PN Motorsport Trains says, don't get caught. Yeah, if you do get caught, admit nothing.
Please remember that Jenny is not a lawyer. This does not count as legal advice.
Postcode is BD249RP. Richard Brighton has reminded us there. I know somebody did ask. Richard Knowles says a little late. So Gandalf, there's a few people thought they could sneak in under the radar. What do you have to say to that?
I think they thought wrong. A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Absolutely. And yeah, RG Models 86 says, say nothing, deny everything. Yeah, that's it.
Are you Baldrick? No.
Are you wasting our time? No. But yeah, if James Petts were in, I see he's rather late. I do hope everything is well. He's probably working late at the office. But if he were here, he would probably nod sagely and like, yes, never volunteer information.
The Rosses ain't your friend.
Yeah, they're not your friends, and they're not coming round for a bit of chit chat.
Unless they are.
Yeah, and unless you've got like a policeman in the family, in which case they might just be like, right, so what are we doing this weekend? PN Motorsport Train says, if you get caught, I blame the voices. Lars Skovang says, good evening all, here from Copenhagen.
Oh, hello there.
Some great lager on offer in Copenhagen. We do envy you. But thank you for joining us. Don't forget, everybody, if you haven't already done so, do tickle that like button and consider sharing this to social media. Let other people know about the Monday Club and all that is great. And as always, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, then do subscribe and hit that notification bell. So looking down the list, who else have we got? It says Hedgewalker Steam and Heritage Railvid says, I was late at 7:20. Ooh.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. And Mora King says 210 watching, 108 likes. Ooh. Yeah, that's right. Don't forget to tickle that like, people. Lots of people talking about asking for gravy down in London. They look at you like you've just killed their cat, says Sarah Davis. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Gravy on chips. I'm sure they have gravy like on their roast beef and Yorkshire puddings. But yeah, gravy on your chips. They look at you like, what heathen witchcraft is this? Mandan Steam Rail says that it's just like the trains around Hertfordshire. They're never late. They just sometimes don't turn up. So Tom Marshall, yeah, I haven't actually seen his comment, but I see people welcoming him into the chat. I know he posted recently, actually, about the perils of burnout, wasn't it? And I can well sympathise. I know a lot of people have struggled with, feeding the all hail the algorithm. Yes. Lars Skovang, welcome to the Jenny Kirk membership. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's great to have you aboard. Don't forget that you'll get the access to the Friday. Yeah, you got access to the Friday video, advert free, early. So do check that out. Plus, you've got access to all of the groovy dude stuff that you can use in the chat.
So Jen is just trying to grab that scalpel for me because I am currently building a 20-foot shipping container from Warworld Scenics.
Yes,
while we're down in Wales, we picked up some stuff from Warworld Scenics and was very happy about it.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to be using this in my wargaming. So Jenny, you can't have it.
Cymru Rail says chips, pie and gravy. Proper northern meal. Oh, absolutely. Ben Tullett says...
northernly.
Ben Tullett says gravy on fried chicken. I can never understand.
Oh, actually, I can understand that.
I kind of like it.
It's an interesting sounding idea. I can understand why. Because gravy's good, and some people seem to like fried chicken.
Yeah. Ben Davis does remind us, of course. Hi, Jennifer. You've seen the new ammonium nitrate chemical tank wagon from Rapido. Yes! I completely forgot about that. And
of course you did.
On Friday, we were actually on the road travelling, which is probably why it's passed a little bit under my radar. I did know about it. They did send us the press release. But yes, so Rapido has announced another all-new wagon.
What is it with Rapido and announcing everything under the sun? Take a break, guys. You'll live longer.
Well, no, it's like they've got to keep up that red-hot maximum bottom-kicking pace. So yeah, we've got that really quite a distinctive tanker. Very long-lasting as well. Richard Brighton says, controversial, fish from the chippy, chips and sweet and sour sauce from the Chinese next door. I can see that work. You're making me hungry, actually. I'm really fancy chips now.
Well, it's your turn to order in.
Harp Household says, I have gravy on everything except desserts. But does that mean if you have gravy on your gravy and then gravy on the gravy that you have on your gravy, this could kind of accelerate out of all control?
Double gravies.
H. Walker Steam and Heritage Rail Vid says, right, Jenny, I'm off now. We'll be back hopefully next week. Night all. Good night to you. It's been an absolute honour having your company.
Thanks for coming along, Monday Club. Have a good night.
Simon Trains Model Railway showcases Rapido trying to feed the model railway algorithm with announcements every week. They're just very enthusiastic train people.
They really are.
And not wanting to rest on their laurels after that amazing venture into 009 that got announced. They're making sure.
Once.
Did you?
Didn't get much else done,
was it spiky? RG Models 86 says, you lost me after the third gravy, Jenny. Yeah, you just drown in gravy. Chips with custard, says DJ K. No, that's just bad and wrong and improper. And stay where you are. There will be specialists turning up at your house with the special jacket just for you that has no sleeves and kind of buckles up at the back rather tightly. Valleys 56XX says, I live above a row of pizza parlours, chip shops and kebab shops. I don't eat fast food. To be honest, I suppose you get sick of it after a while.
No.
Griffey says, need to show the Hendersons some love. They're great on chips. And of course, yes, Rails of Sheffield have announced that they are doing a Henderson's Relish version of that ammonia nitrate wagon.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
What is it with Rails and the Henderson's Relish?
Zantek says, pineapple and pizza with barbecue dip. Oh, absolutely. Lars Skovang says, thank you for your welcome. You're absolutely welcome. And it's great to have you along in the club. David Shaw says the doctor eats fishy custard.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. Bit fishy.
Can I just say, gravy is my second favourite sauce, and custard is my favourite sauce, but never shall they meet on the same meal. Retro Rambles, controversial, says Henderson's Relish is overrated. I know what you mean. It's like it's okay, but
you don't relish the prospect.
Oh, but I actually like Worcestershire sauce. Little Britain says, I can't buy fish and chips without feeling disappointed. I once lived in Grimsby, spoiled for life. Retro Ramble says, I add soy sauce to my gravy. I can see that working, actually.
Actually, yes, I can see that working. Especially since the majority of soy sauce isn't actually soy sauce. It's just slightly caramelized colouring in a salt liquid.
Right, hold on. I've got to talk to the nice people.
I am. So
I've got to sneeze.
I'm building this from Warworld Seeds, and it's actually quite interesting. It's laser cut wood to create a packing container, which I'm planning to use in science fiction war games. I'm going to paint it in a weird set of colours and then rust finish it. I haven't got all the bits on, but it's come together rather nicely. But what I really like is that, there's one end that's solid, the other end, I could have had those doors open if I wanted to.
Can I just interject and say, Paul Murphy has just arrived and said, hello, folks. Gandalf?
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Right, I'm going to change the angle of the camera.
I just did.
But that's the same one that we had on before. We haven't had Jeb Light Mountain yet.
Go on then.
So there we go. Let's have a bit of Jeb Light Mountain, because one of the things that's going to be... Yeah, oh, there we are. That's a nice angle, isn't it?
That is
Have actually changed the view from the camera a little bit there. Actually, we did that last week.
We did.
So we get to enjoy Jeb Light Mountain for probably... there's only a few more weeks of life left in that before I completely rip all that out and redo it. That's going to be coming as a project on the channel. So look out for that. Valleys 56XX says the Shaguar. And can I just say, I did notice on Oxford Diecast's website, they've still got the Shaguar. If you want your Austin Powers Shaguar, then Oxford Rail, Oxford Diecast still have them. There's no minimum spend. You can get that 20% off. Always worth. Add one of those to your order because they are great. I think it's an E-type Jaguar with the Austin Powers Union flag painted on it. It looks amazing. Monday Club is good fun, says Paul Murphy. Absolutely. Amen to that, people. Why are people going on about cheesy peas?
Cheesy peas.
Cheddar
Squeeze a cheesy peas.
Yeah. Whose cheesy peas are these?
Whose cheesy peas are these?
Yeah, baby, says Raymond Legs. And yeah, babies, 20% off Simon Trade's Mother Railway Showcase. Absolutely. Make out like a bandit. You can use that code as many times as you like. And it's valid for... It's actually been valid since Sunday. I did post it in the Facebook group.
In the club.
But look, don't share it around too much. But, if you know anybody, tell them. Use the code Monday Club. All one word. It's valid until the 30th of June. That's on Oxford Rail's website. Make out like a bandit. 20% off is really good. And actually, Oxford Rail stuff is really, really competitively priced to start with. So there you are. And I will say this as well. I don't know. Guion might be able to confirm or deny this. But those J26s, technically, if they arrive... on or before the 30th of June.
Then you're making out like a bandit.
Yeah, you could buy... I think they're doing... there's 4 different liveries. So you could... It's almost like you could buy... if you bought 5, it would actually... You pay for 4 and get 1 free. I'm just floating that out there. Eloise and Guion are like... Hold on, we didn't think this through. No, but one thing I would say is that the Bosch Buster set, they don't have that many left. We did see them, and they've sold incredibly well, but it's a really good deal. For a sound-fitted loco, the Bosch Buster in camouflage. Nomad Railway asks, have Oxford Rail got any better now that they are away from Hornby? I bought 3 Mark III carriages from Oxford Rail 2 years ago, and every separately fitted part fell off. I'm sorry to hear that. I know they are very good at dealing with any issues, but they're definitely working hard to improve on their models. Does the code cover Oxford Diecast?
Yes.
Malco Blues. Yes, we've been told it does. You can order, you can mix and match between the two. So you can get yourself some railway items. You can also get yourself some diecast items. Like I say, the Shaguar, that's there, that you're seeing on your screen, and well, it's actually sort of down there
on the Monday Club.
They do still, I believe, have some of those. So make out like a bandit. Everybody have yourself a Shaguar on your layout. Monday Club badges, pin badges. Ham Shackleton, thank you for posting the link. And Rectank, still some left. The O-gauge wagons have gone down to 3 left. Richard Brighton, what do you mean? Are we boring you, Jenny? What do you mean you're boring me? No.
You were yawning.
Was I? No,
Yeah.
I think that was a sneeze. You may be watching me with the sound turned down. DJ K666 says that are Oxford diecast vehicles easily converted to use on the Fowler car system? I don't know.
Interesting question.
Do report back. Have an experiment. Do report back. Oh, behave, says Raymond Legs. Absolutely.
I have never knowingly behaved. Do not ask me to do this.
Our Oxford... oh, right, sorry, I already read that. Hit that like button, people. Hit the lever. We showed earlier on that exclusive first look at the J26. Sadly, due to a glitch, we weren't able to play the sound, but we now have a copy of the sound that has come through. Gwion has very, very helpfully forwarded that. So that will appear in the video. Look out for that when it comes. But you've had a little sneaky peeky.
Sneaky peeky peeky.
So presumably you could add the sound to that video to put it out on, I think we were looking on Wednesday to put that out as a little sneaky preview special.
Yep.
Can we actually add the sounds on the end of that?
That was the plan, yes.
So look out for Wednesday. We will have the video you saw at the start of the thing. And, thank you, sir. Richard Brighton has gifted 10 Jennifer E. Kirk Model Railways memberships. So, MJS Junction, hello to you. Received a membership gift. Paula Thomas, Jack. I'm going to have to take a run up on this. Cieslowski, Double M Dave, Lintry Town Trains and Model Railway Linden, Cieslowski. Sorry. You hear it said, and I'm not seeing it written down. David received a membership. Nigel Cole received a membership. Paul Murphy says, I wasn't in the chat in a long time, but I missed it, so I returned. Welcome back. Lars Skovang says, now next problem, to buy wagons from other English shops. Due to VAT issues, hope to find stores like Hornby who sell these wagons inclusive of EU VAT. And New Junction has just rocked up late. Can I just say, right, New Junction, don't let Fran and the guys know, but if you want in any Oxford Rail and Oxford Diecast, I've got a 20% off code. It's for Monday Club. It's use code Monday Club, valid till the 30th of June. Make out like a bandit. You're welcome. Great to see you. DJK666 says, I've just been watching an old episode of Model World with Bob Symes. I met him once and he was one of the nicest people I've ever met. Absolutely.
Is that the guy that was that video being shared about on the Monday Club?
Yeah, I think it's because the BBC archives have put it up on YouTube.
Cool.
Great to see you guys. No VAT in the US at Raymond Lex. Yes, but be advised, US people, that you may get hit with import duties. I don't know what's happening at the moment. Everything is a little bit up in the air. But just be advised that I believe that they were clamping down a bit on small orders coming in. And just be aware there might be issues. Malco Blue says, I have converted an Oxford BR van to Faller car system. I am now converting a Weissman truck to an Oxford dump truck.
Cool.
James Petts has rocked up. Good evening to you. His ears must have been burning earlier on. The video audio is out of sync.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, yeah, it's a shame, isn't it?
Almost like Windows is downloading something in the background.
Is it?
We don't know.
Right.
Almost like that.
I'm going to change the angle of the dangle, see if that helps. 060 trains. Hi, folks.
It does not.
Krista Duke, hi to you. So we've got some latecomers, Gandalf. Come on. Even Gronksy has spotted them. He's very, very excited.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor is it early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
I'm trying out some new accents. Did you tell?
He's been doing Amdram, and I don't think it suits him, to be honest.
No.
So, Skipsy Trains has turned up as well. Good evening to you. Great to see you. Hope you are well. Zantac says, Bob Symes would have been 100 this year. He died aged 90 back in 2015. 100, so he's same age as my grandfather. Though my grandfather passed away last year. Good innings. 99, really good innings. We were actually, one of the reasons we were down in South Wales was to celebrate Stan Morgan's 100th birthday. Well, what would have been his 100th birthday. It's the first time I've actually been down to Swansea and Ustragun, Lys, Gurnos, Glanreed, Cumtuch, all of these places, Craganos, Pennachi, and Oncloyne. I finally figured out how to pronounce Oncloyne, so I will wear that out now. Is this for the bin? What is this?
Piece of card.
Oh dear.
There we are. So I finished the Oxford Rail thing, and I'm actually not Oxford Rail. My goodness, I've finished the World Scenics thingamajig, and it's...
We've got Oxford Rail and the Brain with that exclusive first look at the J26 production models. They're sure to be amazingly popular. Do get them ordered.
What are 6 wheels and flies? Would that be a garbage truck?
Trevor's TT trains. Yeah, bin lorry. James Pett says Zoe's made a shipping container. Yes, she had. From the War World Scenics range. Now, funnily enough, whilst we were at War World Scenics, one of the things that they...
I was really impressed with this.
So you might remember the storage drawers. Did a video on them. I've got loads up there. They're actually fastened into the room. Now, that will be a problem to show you them in situ, but they've produced a carry case for the little drawers that you can get for your models, which now means you can use them.
Over there.
You can now use them to see. They go. One of them slides inside here. You can shut it, and then you just put a clip in there, stop it flying open, and all of a sudden, transporting your trains to and from the club or exhibitions, super easy, super safe. That. And it's also got tessellation lumps, like castellations, crenellations.
We've castanets.
Yeah, something like that. So these will tessellate and lock together. So another great product from War World Scenics. I also, whilst I was there, I've picked up some supplies for refurbishing Jablite Mountain. And stop showing us your drawers, says Vicky Lawless. James Pett says, oh, that's a big caddy. Absolutely.
What's up?
No, I'm just reading some of the comments. Retro Ramble says, lumps. RG Mods 86, Castle Top Jenny. Yeah, it's crenellations. That's the word. Yeah. It's a great word. You know, write that down. We should use it more often in everyday conversation. So there, Haywood Junction says, hi Jenny and Zoe. I sent a Monday Club email, but I've had issues with Gmail putting it in spam. So fingers crossed you get it. If you've sent it to, you always need to send it to the Cupboard Monkey.
Who sent this?
This is Haywood Junction. Unfortunately, if you send it to me, it tends to just disappear into my Hotmail somewhere. New Junction says, looks like a train microwave. Ollie's Train says, good evening, Jenny. Is the Bachmann J72 any good and worth getting? If I only got 6 lockers. The new tooled version, yes. Make sure it's the next 18 equipped version. The older version is a split chassis model. I'll say now, I would probably avoid that one. But if it's the new version, I've got at least 2 of them. A brand
new combine harvester?
No, I've got at least 2 of. I think I've got 2. Certainly 2, might be more, but definitely they are a great model, and you will not be disappointed. Richard Swiderski asks Jenny, any news on the Oxford Rail crane? Yes, it is progressing. But they're looking to make it functional in the same sort of way as the Bachmann crane. I had a good conversation with Guion on this subject. I can't remember whether we recorded it or whether it was just when we were chit-chatting. But if we did record it, it will be in the big video that's coming out next week's Friday video. And it's been delayed in part because they want to make it posable. They said if you're going to make a crane, you're going to need to make it posable. That's what they're looking to do. They've also been making the match truck for it. So it is being worked on. But at the moment, we're looking at the J26 next to be released. We've got another run of the Pilchards, and the factory weathering on these looks amazing. Again, some of that's going to show up in the Oxford Rail Tour video. Do look out for that. And the Totem A is coming along really well as well. Right.
Okay, Jen, what I need you to do now is forego some of the effects of this fan so that the computer can cool down.
Oh, are we... you've pressed the...
Yes, I've pressed it in so that you can still get some, and so can the computer. Because I have a feeling that it might be getting a bit warm.
It could be. Haywood Junction says, I did send to Zoe with Monday Club as the subject.
I'll try and find it.
It should have come through. Let's have a look. All these trains says, I was planning to get the LNER black with red rods. That's a good livery. And Northeastern Railway green one. Again, really good livery. I'd say you won't be disappointed with the pair of those. Not sure if it's worth if I get both of them. If you can get a good deal on them, they're both worth having. My personal favourite is the North Eastern Railway green one. I do actually have one of those somewhere up there. But also, I don't know whether the Bankman Collectors Club still got the Newcastle Central Pilot, which is the one in. It's in North Eastern Railway green, but with BR numbers. That's a really good one. That's actually that and the North Eastern Railway ones are the ones that I definitely got. Any videos this week, Dave Scott Railways asks. I think we're going to struggle because the computer is getting hot. It is very, very hot. All these train says I could get them both for 110. I'll be honest with you, that is really, really great price. I'd say make out like a bandit with that. Other things in the news, just to recap, the ammonium nitrate tanker announced from Rapido on Friday. Also, I suppose the big thing is, and we're going to be pushing this throughout the month, because this is a great deal, and a huge thank you to Oxford Rail for this. Are you going to... Oh, peekaboo. So there's the code on screen. We don't get any kickbacks from this, it has to be said, just in case they would go, oh, you're only doing this.
That would be very generous if we had, because they're already taking 20% off.
Yeah, they're taking 20% off. You can't afford to give kickbacks at that kind of great deal.
Certainly can't.
It covers Oxford Diecast as well as Oxford Rail. If it's in stock, it's good to go. No minimum order. 20% off really is a great deal. I know for the overseas people, we're asking a little bit about VAT and stuff, because obviously if you're overseas you don't need to pay VAT. All I would say is perhaps drop Oxford Rail an email just to query on that. Don't ask, don't get. But definitely make the most of this deal. It's limited time, not limited use, and basically as long as it's in stock, get it ordered. Right. I'm
really impressed with that shipping container.
So I'm gonna hit the lever. So
you have to stop pressing things while I'm trying to press things. That's what's confusing the system.
Okay. Well, you have to look at what I'm doing.
No, I don't. I'll do what I like and press the buttons. Thank you very much.
James Petts, I am curious. Colour me a shade of intrigue. Says, oh, not good. I thought that was a clever reference to artificial vanilla flavour, which is taken from the posterior of a particular...
Oh, he's talking about someone had some ice cream that tasted like arse. Yes. I believe it comes from a beaver.
Yeah.
There's a gland on a beaver.
Who finds this stuff out? Oh,
this is what food technology is all about.
Let's lick a beaver's bottom. Oh, it tastes like vanilla. Oh, well, we'll have some of that. Madden Steam Railways, yes, there is such a thing as a Class 13. It's the Cow and Calf Class 08 variant. I actually
built... the Mega Gronk.
Yeah, it's the Mega Gronk. All hail the Mega Gronk.
Mega Gronk. Mega Gronk. Mega Gronk.
Hashtag not a cult for legal and tax purposes.
Yes.
I actually built one.
Not a cult for legal and tax purposes. Your mileage may vary. Consult your doctor for further information.
There is a rumour that Backman are in a position to make a Class 13. I don't know whether it's a true rumour or not. But certainly with their all-new tooled Class 0809s, it stands to reason why not also produce Class 10s and Class 13s.
I still don't know why people don't do the Class 10. It's money left on the table to just put a different running number on.
I made my own Class 10. I've got one down on the... It's behind me on the turntable. So I'm going to remove me, and then I'm going to point this one. That's my own Class 10. I made it from a Hornby Class 09, actually. Catch you later, Maura King. Thanks, Jenny and Zoe. Sorry, I have to head away. See you next week. It is a school night for a lot of people, so look, just take it easy, and we will catch you next week. Of course, you can watch all this on Catch Up, and to anybody watching on Catch Up, hello from the past. Our ways may seem quaint to you, but that Oxford Rail code does still work. And of course, another mention...
Unless you're watching this months from now.
Also, another mention for the Tram Fabrique, the Talisman #1. We should give that another mention, because we've given everything else another mention. So, James Pett says, and I like your turntable, King Arthur. Yeah, actually, it's a lovely model. It's one of the Hornby models. Which one is it? It's
Wow,
Sub
Jen's
A.
on screen twice now.
What?
2 Jennies, no waiting.
Oh, hello. It's Sakai. I must say, I pick them up from places like Clark Railworks when they go through dirt cheap. I've had them really cheap. I don't know why. They're just really, really good value. But Tramfabrique made us aware that if you're waiting quite excitedly for the all-new Bachmann Talathlin #1, they are out in the US, but not yet in Europe. These are fitted with, this is a full upgrade job. So this is Talathlin #1, your choice of the model, and then it's DCC fitted with sound, a speaker, stay alive, and a motor upgrade as well to make it the best running 009 model on your layout. So shall I press the
Plus the flickering firebox light. I need to quickly put the link into the chat.
Absolutely.
Da-da-da-da.
So bring that up on screen
There you
and
go.
let's bring that up. So there we are. There's the details on the tramfabrique.co.uk website. They're built to order, hand built, and the footplate shield as well that blocks in the front windows has been carefully cut off, and that really does massively improve the look of these models. It has the Zemo Stack 04 Stay Alive Zemo sound decoder with Tramfabrique Sound Experience Project installed. It's got a speaker and a flickering firebox light. And because of the way this is done, the only thing visible in the cab is actually the speaker. And it's a fairly small speaker, so it's not too obtrusive. So this is really, really good. Hopefully we're going to be able to borrow one to do a review on the channel. So watch this space. But I'm really looking forward to these. If anybody's wondering, as far as we can tell, the Bachmann release will not be DCC ready when it arrives in Europe, just to warn you. So if you're not feeling confident with DCC fitting, hardwiring, then actually this is a great option to go down. And it's all 3 different versions you can do. Now these are, he imports them from America, so it's the ones currently being sold in the US. It's got the black, the red, and the green. My personal favourite is the green, but the red really does appeal to me. It does remind me of Skarloey from the Railway series, so watch this space. And you can see there different options, DC, DCC plus Stay Alive, and DCC Sound plus Stay Alive with the firebox flicker. So
you get to pick what you want.
Yeah, and I like that actually. Whenever you click the different buttons, the box actually changes the amount. So there's no messing about. It tells you.
You know exactly what you're getting. So there you are. There's
Absolutely.
the different options. There's the different prices. So that's not bad at all.
Excellent. So thank you very much for letting us know about that.
Yeah, thank you, Sam.
Can you edit videos, says Mad Hatter? How do you mean?
Yes, we do edit our videos.
We've edited our videos, but we don't edit other people's videos.
We just don't have time.
Vicky Lawless says, oh, hold on, there's a conversation. I'm coming in right near the bottom. Bottom. I like a nice flickering light, says Retro Rambles. James Pett says that Talathlin is one of the few narrow gauge railways where 009 track is actually the exact right gauge, because I think it's 2'3" as opposed to 2 foot. Sarah Davis, I don't know if coreless motor is the same as brushless. I honestly don't know. James Pett says Zoe would probably edit your videos if you paid her enough. Yes, £1,000,000 per video.
The biggest issue with video editing is that it's likely to take a lot of time, and unfortunately that costs.
Yeah, Mac Navi says coreless is not the same as brushless.
No.
Mac Navi is Tramfabrique, so if you've got any questions on those, then ask in the chat. Mac Navi is here and may be able to answer those for you. But do check those out. It's a great way of getting a fully pimped out model, and I'm really looking forward to seeing those in the flesh. Richard Gruter says, every morning I tell my wife I'm going jogging, then I don't. It's a running... Oh, I just got it. I've just been suckered into. Did I have a can of Coke? Is that mine?
That's yours.
Oh, chug-a-dug-dug.
So, have we done all of the news?
It's interesting. Actually. Tom Marshall Buggle Skelly Station says Telethon #1 is also much cheaper RRP in the US than here for some reason. I didn't know that.
Huh.
Maybe we should pose that question to Bachman at some point. But they call Britain Treasure Island. Not having to go at Bachman or anything,
No, every
everybody
manufacturer does.
Yeah. Raymond Legg says that was a well-oiled trombone. Oh, an oily trombone.
Oh yeah.
Michael Sarsfield says, I know Hudswell Clark did some powerful 8-wheel diesel shunters for the narrow gauge systems in Africa, I think. Also, I think it's Ernstein and Köppel did some OA tows. Certainly turned up on the Javanese sugarcane railway. Some real beasts over there. Wendigo Express says takes about 1.5 hours to edit a 4 to 5 minute video. It takes a lot of focus to feel your pain. Absolutely, editing videos is a big job.
It's a profession.
Yeah, and it's harder work than filming the video in the first place.
Yeah.
And so I'm very glad that I've got somebody to actually do my video editing for me, because it does mean that I can go out and do a full-time job and still have a little bit of time left over to do another different full-time job.
The thing about editing videos is you either love it or hate it. And if you love it, go for it.
SHGP Media says 1.5 for 45 minutes. You say sounds nice.
No, 425, not 45.
Yeah.
My rule of thumb.
425. Yeah. So basically, 5 minutes of video time.
Yeah.
1.5 hours edit time.
It's basically multiply the amount of footage you've got by 10, and you have an idea of how long it's going to take.
Yeah, editing is a huge job, and I'm lucky. I can film a video in a couple of hours, and then it'll take you a few days to actually edit that out.
A review, the reviews that we do, 6, maybe 12, depending on complexity, hours.
And I've just filmed actually today the all-new Acura scale. New Junction's ears will prick up now. What? Like a meerkat.
Yeah.
The Acura scale HTO and HTV hoppers. That is actually coming out as Friday's video.
Which means I've got to start editing tonight so that it's ready on Wednesday.
Yeah, so
that's how it works.
So that the channel members and the Patreons can get it early.
Yeah.
Michael Sarsfield says, challenge Jenny to make a super Gronk and see if it would work 12-wheel Gronk. Well, yeah, there's a Class 13. I've already done it.
That's the Mega Gronk. The Super Gronk has a cape.
I used NIU Models 3D printed parts and a pair of Hornby 08 shunters, and it turned out really, really well. Mad Hatter says just needs the swearing blanked out. Yeah, you probably lose about 10 minutes worth of me swearing and shouting.
The funniest bits though are when Jen flubs. She's saying something and then she goes, "What am I talking about?" And then starts again. It's like, but I've just spent the last half an hour editing that.
Can I just say, and having seen one of the guys who did all of the stuff for episodes of Time Team, what they do is they have all the DVDs and they kind of skim through them with a notebook and make notes about the bits they want and roughly where they're going to be before they start editing, for that reason.
I don't have time to do that. I'm going straight in live.
David Baker says scientists have discovered a massive star at the centre of the solar system, which might be the cause of global warming. Is this dad joke?
A massive star at the centre of the solar system. That's the sun.
Yeah, that's the sun. Rebecca Rogers, Rebex90 says, where is a sheep's favourite destination? The Bahamas.
Oh my goodness.
And Values 56XX says, yeah, storyboarding is good planning.
Yes.
But there we go.
Guys,
I'm starting to flag
have we actually covered everything.
I'm not stuttering anymore, actually. So
Yeah.
could we try some videos?
Yeah, of course we can.
I know people are really excited. So
Absolutely,
I'll
we can
give
try
my voice
videos.
a rest. Now, one of the things is I've travelled to Wales, South Wales, 4 hours. I think about 4.5 hours it took us to get down there. It's a long way, and being around people I don't normally hang about with very much, family members from London and that, we got the lurgy, and I had a massive sore throat.
That's it. Just throw your models away.
Absolutely. So my voice is starting to give out. So if we want to show some videos, then that is definitely something we can do. And we could also show the Oxford Rail one a second time.
Well, let's show the video, shall we?
We'll show some videos first, but we will also find a little bit of time to show the Oxford Rail video, the exclusive first look at the production samples, not pre-production, not livery samples, the production samples of the J26. Values 56XX, absolutely. Hit the lever!
Kick the buttons. Well, I'm going to quickly check for the spam folder to see if anything. Okay, we have a major problem immediately.
There we are, top one.
No, you won't let me finish.
What?
We have a major problem immediately. Nothing is loading very quickly. So, this might not work. We're going to try, but we'll see how it goes. The amount of stuff I get in spam is ridiculous. Some of the stuff that turns up.
Yeah. Oh, look, Richard Grutas says, I know why your sheep aren't moving. It's because they're eating static grass. I'm sorry, we had a bit of a dad joke amnesty, but no, stop it. It's not big and it's not clever. Right, let's grab a couple of bits and pieces. So just to let people know, the Monday Club pin badge is still available, and if you're going to Schmears, which is the Settle Model Rail Festival on the 19th of July, is it the 19th and 20th, or the 18th and 19th? I can't remember. But if you go into that, then there's a number of retailers there who you can make out like a bandit with your Monday Club badge discount. Also coming up as well, we've got the Bluebell Railway Model Show, which is the exhibition debut of Mynydd Tatws Newydd. So do look out for that. It'd be great to see you guys. We don't often get down to that part of the world a lot, so it's definitely well worth checking out. Come and have a look at Mynydd Tatws Newydd. 19th and 20th, says Richard Brighton, so there we are. But yeah, get your Monday Club pin badges. It is a low stock warning. They're not selling hugely fast at the moment because obviously a lot of people already got them and are getting those amazing savings from in-person shopping, supporting the retailers that support your hobby. But we've also got a few of the Monday Club wagons left. Madenstein Railway says, I've only just noticed that you have one of those electric Metropolitan Railway locomotives with which you're hauling a freight train. The Metropolitan Railway only used those locos for passenger service.
Yeah, that's
it's
the
not
thing.
a freight train, they're passengers.
The Royal Mail one, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's just at the head of the train. It's travelling post office. That's
I
what
like
it's
that.
called.
I like
Travelling
that.
post
That's
office,
cool.
TPO. Are you going to take a trip up the line on the Bluebell? Obviously, yes. Sarah Davis says, my local police station had their toilets stolen recently. They've started an investigation, but they've got nothing to go on.
Okay, so first up, we've got a video from Mike Lane TT120, who has sent us the Sir Nigel Breslin in wartime black livery.
Okay.
In TT120. Let's have a look.
Hit the lever.
Beep beep. Okay, immediately we've got an issue.
Have we? What's just happened?
Well, it's slow.
I'm looking. It doesn't appear to be stuttering, so...
Well, it's kind of.
Yeah. So Trevor's TT Train says, I quit my job as a bus driver. Too many people talking behind my back.
Oh my goodness.
This is the one with the fish pond.
Oh,
Can I just say as well, actually, whilst we were at War World Scenics, they do like fish ponds and stuff, bases that you can build into your model that mean doing water features has never been easier. So, definitely one to look at. Can I also just say as well, for those people who model TT120, who are looking at the Oxford Rail, Oxford diecast, they say, nothing in there for me. Don't forget that they do a lot of TT120 diecast vehicles and such like. Same for people who do N-gauge. So N-gauge and TT120 modelers can still make out like a bandit.
Yeah, I got some N-gauge trams. I was very happy. Oh, these are nice.
Yeah, there's some serious A4s going on here. I do like an A4. And can I just say I've tracked down and got a Union of South Africa 60009.
You finally got it.
And it's one of the new tooled Hornby versions. I finally got it. So I'm down to just needing 5 more BR liveried, super detailed tooled A4s to complete my set. Anybody's wondering, I need Sir Ralph Wedgwood, I need Bittern, Silver Fox, Seagull, and Gannet.
Thank you so much for sending that in, Mike Lane. That was brilliant. I like that. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Yep, absolutely.
Absolutely. So, thank you so much. Oh, I thought that was the end of the video, but no, there's more. So there we are.
I like these. That's really nicely done.
Yeah, keeps you interested.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much. Someone hacked into the Oxford English Online Dictionary and deleted the word gullible. It's like if you look up the word gullible in the dictionary, there's a picture of you.
My dictionary doesn't have pictures.
Yeah.
Because I'm smart, like.
Yeah. Look. There's the word gullible written on the ceiling.
Okay, we've got a very interesting thing here.
Oh, from Simon Poole.
Yes.
Good evening, Jenny, Zoe, Tumble of Clowns, Gandalf, Topsy, and Gronksy Toasters, and everyone else. I know AI isn't everyone's cup of tea. Some people like it or hate it. But I've decided to create some Class 08 shunters around a table. We now have proof that the cult of Gronks exists. There's a degree of trepidation here. So hit the lemon. Oh, so it's a picture. Okay.
The cult of Gronks.
Yes, they sit around gronking, waiting, watching,
Simon
judging.
Train says, "Oh, I forgot about that." The cult of Gronks did not forget.
No, they didn't. Vicky Lawler says, talking of A4s, I got a copy of Simon A.C. Martin's book on Gresley. Excellent book. I recommend it. Absolutely. Simon A.C. Martin is very, very good. The books he's written, he's done one on Gresley, done one on Thompson. Incredibly well researched, and definitely, if that's your thing, you need to get those and read them. The front ends look like Class 11, says Richard Knowles. Yeah. Knights of the Gronk table, says Raven Legs. Wendigo Express says, we want your shunting yards.
Ben Tullett says, the greater Gronk.
Yeah.
The greater Gronk. Oh man, I haven't seen that film for a while.
Yeah. I am number 08. You are number 10. Who is number 11? He is number 13. Right, anyway.
I'm really impressed with this. That came together well. I'm going to spray paint that
now,
tonight.
Joshua W56 says, I hardly notice a difference between classes of Gronks most of the time. And that's why, actually, the Hellion Model Rail commissioned a Class 11 shunter video was quite enlightening, not just for you guys to watch that and see what actually is the difference between a Class 11 and a Class 08, 09, 10, 13. And actually, there's subtle but obvious differences, and it's well worth going and having a watch if you're wondering. And I'm sorry, we seem to have an awful lot of people doing dad jokes. There has not been a dad joke amnesty. Gandalf, tell them.
A Monday clubber can say as many dad jokes as they want to do wagons.
There you are. Thank you. Right. We've got an interesting thing here from Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath. Hello to you. Says, hello, Jenny. Hello, Jenny, Zoe, and the Toaster Twins. Ooh. Well, Gronksy is here after having had his crumb tray cleaned out back at home at Toaster. Says, here's a short video of a homemade controller I built using some parts sourced from China, and I cobbled together a box of plastic art. Not very well, but it does the job. It may be worth considering for the Monday Club videos. So I suspect there might be a little bit of talky in this. So
we've got some text on screen. So if you press the button,
hit the lever.
Here we go. So this is a homemade controller. It's not something I'd recommend that Jenny try.
Well, can I just say, down here,
how long did that work?
It still works. It's just that it's got no power supply to it. So we'll post a link in the chat. But I think this is one that actually people need to watch in their own time.
Yeah, I've put the link in.
It's a really interesting video. So we've got the link in the chat.
This is one of the things I love about the Monday Club. People trying interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Different stuff, and just having a go. There you go. And it's working.
So there you go.
I'm really impressed by that. So is this DC?
This is DC,
right.
Yes. Yeah. At a fraction of the cost, though, there is a bit of modelling to be done for approximately £15 to £20. You can have a useful DC controller for smaller layouts or projects.
You know what? That's a really interesting point.
Yeah, and RG Models 86 says Gwion Rhys Davis has made his own DC controller too. There's also, I've got one down here. I used it for doing.
All credit for this goes to the Budget Model Railways YouTube channel. Well,
Excellent.
Thank you very much for citing your sources. That's the type of thing I like.
That's the thing. On this channel, we're very keen on promoting other YouTubers. Yeah, we always say we're not. We don't like to pull the ladder up after ourselves. So one of the things I do want to do, and I mentioned this last week, I do want to get more and varied guests on with smaller YouTubers. Now we're based in the Greater Manchester area, so obviously there'll be an element of it being people who are able to easily get here for a filming. So you know, I don't know.
It can be difficult to get here.
People have come from over in Yorkshire and such like. You know, people have travelled a fair old distance to get here, but we don't want to feel like we're putting people on the spot to do that. But we do want to get some of the smaller YouTubers on as guests. Oh, Sarah Davis says, I tried smoking bacon once, couldn't get it rolled small enough.
Fireman Chairman one says, your teeth yellow and do you smoke or drink coffee? Well, drink it.
Yeah. I saw that joke doing the rounds as well. So basically what we're looking for, smaller YouTube channels, sort of, you know, sub 1,000, maybe a couple of thousand subscribers. And, you know, we want to make sure that everybody gets their fair share of exposure, as it were. So, you know, we're quite happy to have different guests on from different YouTube channels. So, get in touch. Send us a link to your YouTube channel. You've got to be in the area to be able to get here.
Yes.
So, you know, there's no good saying, oh, yes, I'd love to be on, but I'm in Outer Mongolia.
Hey, if someone is there, that's fine as well.
You've got to travel.
You've got to travel. We can't pay for your travel.
No.
But we could get people on via Skype. We've done that in the past.
Oh, that is a good point, actually. Yeah, maybe we could.
In fact, we did that today.
Oh, hello, Alex Dent. Great to see you. Hope you're well. Wendigo Express says, oh, sign me up. SHGP Media says, I'd be happy to travel over to you. Excellent. What we'd suggest is... Trevor's TT Train says, my mum said 70 is the new 40. Lovely woman, banned from driving. Is the clown able to bring his trombone to bear? Or is he giggling so hard?
Oh, of course, hang on. Ladies and gentlemen, Skype is no more.
Oh, right. I best delete it from my computer.
Yeah, it doesn't work anymore because Microsoft turned it off.
Oh, right.
They got the technology that they wanted from it when they bought Skype, and now they're using it in Teams, which no one wants.
Yeah, not interesting. Oh, well, we just use Facebook video, actually.
Yeah, it works.
So there we go. Watch this space. I'd say just drop the Cupboard Monkey an email, and if you put I don't know, Monday Club guest as the title. And what we would say is we're probably going to get inundated, so we'll only reply if we're inviting you on.
Yeah.
You need to tell us where you are to be able to get in. Don't say yes, I'll come on. If you're like going to struggle to get here, I will say that. We can try and get people on via Skype, but we want to actually promote as many people as possible. It's a great
the idea,
online community. It's all about community. So Paul Murphy says, Jenny, how far are you from Manchester Airport? It's quite a distance.
Actually, no, we're not that far from Manchester Airport because the train from Manchester Airport passes.
Yeah, but
by.
not late at night. That's the problem. Martin Parkinson says, I'm away then. Night, night. Look, you take
care, Martin. Thanks for coming along.
Having your company.
Right, we've got one final video.
One final video from Dale Williams, Warbler Productions. Says, good evening, ladies and all in chat. Last Friday, the 23rd of May, I paid a visit to Nuneaton Railway Station to video replica LNER A1 Tornado passing on its way from the Nene Valley Railway to Somerset, as this one was not through Atherstone. I had the day off work. I caught a local train to Nuneaton and set up on platform 6 to film. As I waited, a freight train passed by heading towards Leicester before Tornado came through, after which I walked for my train home with another freight heading towards Coventry, arriving into platform 1 as I got to platform 2. So let's get this
have
up.
A look.
And
this
then
is Tornado.
So hit the lever.
Beep, beep.
And then we're going to have a recap of our exclusive video of the J26 from Oxford Rail. Oh, it's a little bit. I think sometimes it takes a little while to just.
Richard Gruder says, "Looks real." It does. Look at the
Oh,
animation
for
on these
God's
people.
sake!
It's amazing.
I'm sorry, but like it was vaguely amusing the first time. Come on now, behave yourself.
That's why we do it.
Yeah.
Beep beep.
66306. Hey, there could be Ollie Simmons or Underground Eric in there. Which, according to some of the trolls online, all they're doing is kicking back and pushing a few buttons. I found that hilarious. Yeah, shed, says Valleys56XX. McNabby says, I already missed Skype. Changed how the world communicated. Absolutely,
yes.
I'd absolutely.
I liked ICQ back in the day and
I remember ICQ.
stuff like that. But
when did that go?
About 5-6 years ago. Eventually got turned off.
It lasted that long. Was anybody using it at the end?
Well, not much. But Skype took ICQ's idea of mass communication and then stuck video on it, and it was like,
ICQ was like chat. Intellect. Was it?
Yeah, it was like an IRC, but it was your own thing between your friends.
Wendigo Express asks, have you heard of Underground Ernie? Yeah, it was a short-lived sort of like a rival to Thomas the Tank Engine, based on the London Underground. There was a whole range of models from Bachmann, but it came and went. It never really had the impact that Thomas the Tank Engine had. Yes, I remember AIM. AOL
goodness, yes.
Instant Messenger, I think that was.
Yes. AIM, ICQ, MSN, there were loads like that. They all did their own little thing, slightly different.
It was normally
but
like text chat.
What I had was a special.
Oh, here it comes.
Special piece of software, and I think a few people had this, that allowed you to use all of your accounts at once for the various different ones, and it would have it in just one thing, one thing open.
So it was basically like an interface that interfaced with all of them from one location.
Yeah. Here we go. Look at the steam generator on that.
Oh, so how do you actually find out which platform it's actually going to go through? Or do you
Pigeon, yes, that was it, James.
Choo choo! Chuff, 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 chuff. I bet those women stood there nattering away. I had no idea a big steam train was going to thunder through. They did, though. Look at them. They came prepared. Oh, I'm going to film that.
That was great to see.
Oh, we're all having a good time.
Oh.
Yes, we are. Oh, another shed.
This looks like the type of thing that Iron Horse would love.
Yeah. Who's in the... Oh, we didn't get to... It's got wing mirrors, you know. I love that about some of these. They've got wing mirrors.
Why?
To make shunting easier.
Oh, okay.
It saves you having to change ends when you're shunting, you see, if you're just
enough.
shuffling stuff backwards and forwards. Oh, it stopped. Those two like, oh, this must be our train. Let's get on it.
Let's get on that. What is that orange livery?
It's a Tampa. That's the Colas Rail Tampa.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, they do. Oh, it's going now. Oh,
Beep, beep.
Right, goodbye.
Right, we're off.
I think the driver just stopped for a wee. It's like, oh, I'm bursting. Oh, I'll stop at the station.
Yeah. Iron Horse says, I do love a shed.
Yeah, you do. Real-time trains tells you, Jenny, says Richard Swiderski. Aha.
What was that What was that one that it's like webcams, and it shows you all the railways.
Yeah, Railcam Online.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crew change points, as Peter Jackson cheated.
There
I
you
honestly
go.
thought they'd been caught short, so he stopped to go for a wee-wee. I have actually seen a train pull in and stop at a station because the driver was picking something up. And so
I bet that happens at Settle every now and again.
can neither confirm nor deny that that was the location. But up on the station with the guys shopping that he'd ordered online, and it comes in and it's like, there you go, see you later. And I didn't know which end of the platform he was going to stop at. And the thing is, they have like a period of time to clear the section.
Yeah.
So stopping at the station makes no difference because it just means they're stopped at the signal a couple of miles further down the line at the junction for slightly less time. So, he knows that he's making good time. He's not going to be late for his path. So he's got enough time to actually stop for a couple of minutes to pick something up at the station.
Yeah. Pizzas and stuff being delivered. Yeah. If you're on a long freight line and it takes a while, you might stop and get a pizza.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to have to cut that short. Thank you so much for sending that in.
Absolutely.
That was wonderful.
So thank you so much for that. I pressed the button and nothing's actually happened. But it has come up. There we are. It's running a bit slow.
The computer's getting tired, baby.
Mac Navi, you're absolutely welcome. Thank you so much. And also, we've got for one last video, we're going to...
But before we do that, before we go back to the Oxford Rail, we're going to have a message from our sponsors.
I was about to say that, and then you dive in all over.
Of course I did.
So we're going to have a word from the sponsor, and then we're going to do a rerun of that exclusive first look, the little video that we filmed down at Oxford Rail. There's going to be a version of this, but we'll include the sound, because we've now got that file, on Wednesday, so look out for that. And then a full video on our tour of Oxford Rail is coming next week on the Friday, so do look out for that. So what I'm going to do is one little word from our sponsor, and then we're right back after these messages. The Monday Club is proudly sponsored by TMC, the Model Centre. Check them out at themodelcentre.com. The website features extensive stocks of new models as well as selective pre-owned items where you can track down that bargain you've always wanted. Pre-order with confidence all of the forthcoming models from all the manufacturers. TMC also offer a renumbering and renaming service so you can get the exact identity of locomotive that you want. Why not also check out their value weathering or go for something incredibly special with their bespoke service where you can choose from a more extensive weathered look right through to custom graffiti either off the peg or to a design of your choice. Check out TMC today at themodelcentre.com and start your model journey.
There's the sign above the door.
This is the rail office. And we've probably got Guion in here. You alright, Guion? Can we come in?
Hello there.
Hello.
So this is where we do all the testing, repairing, designing, developing.
So these have just arrived then.
This is the production samples for the J26. This is pretty much how you're going to see them in the shops now. Myself, I'm pretty damn pleased with them. They've come out really, really well.
I mean, I'm looking at that livery is absolutely superb.
It's the contrast between the gloss as well as the matte finish to the smoke box door and the cab roof, which really sets it apart. There's a lot of other details in there you may notice, very subtle differences between this and the previous J27. Things like the ends of the axles are actually covered so that they, previously they were exposed, you see just the silver ends of the axles. Here we actually have covers on them, so they look more like the prototype, and the rims of the tyres have also been painted as per the prototype, so there's a huge elevation in the quality of the product. As I say, versus its predecessor. But there are improvements all across the board. including the sounds. So we worked a lot with ESU to improve the sound setup on it. We've completely redesigned that setup. We've increased the speaker size. It was originally 11 by 15 by 3 mil. It's now 13 by 18 by 4.5 mil, and that's producing a much better quality sound, as well as the sound project itself has been upgraded and overhauled by ESU, and that also sounds fantastic. It does.
So will all versions come with a factory fitted speaker, or only the ones that ship with sound?
Yeah, all versions will be sound ready, so they will have that speaker installed ready for you to use. So you will be able to upgrade it either with a third party sound decoder, or you will be able to purchase the sound decoder direct from us.
Right, okay.
We're also talking with ESU about publishing the sound project, so those who have access to V5 lock sound decoders, as well as a lock programmer like we've got here, could actually tinker with it, make their own changes to it, and be able to make it their own if they want. You know, I'm kind of the advocate of, if I buy a loco with sound, maybe I don't like the whistle that's been included in it. So by having the access to the source files, they're going to be able to go out and record their own sounds, or you know, pull it offline or whatever, and they'll be able to make it their own, which is something I think would be really good for the hobby.
And I think as well, even the same members of a class, different locomotives would have had slightly different quirks, and that then lets you change a little bit so that no two locomotives are absolutely identical to each other, which gives you that variety if you've got multiple members in your fleet.
I think so, absolutely. Yeah, I mean there will be variants that have slightly different whistles on them. Some might have been damaged. Some in their later life, the sounds might there may be more steam leaks.
Yes.
So you can change the feel and the sounds of the loco, but we give you the base starting point for that. So yeah, hopefully at some point ESU will publish that on their website for everyone to play and tinker with.
So do you have all of the different livery options, or is it just the North?
No, all 4 livery options are here.
And also, I mean, you've got examples. This is the next run of the banana wagons. You're basically trying to do every variant that there ever was, in terms of you've got the ones that were loaned to the Southern Railway, and then you've got another run of the northeastern ones and the BR ones?
Yeah, so originally we had the northeastern large letter and the BR. Since then we've rerun those 2, but they have been upgraded. These are now revised with more accurate liveries. The British Rail version is now in a BR bauxite rather than the LNER red oxide that was before, so that fits in better. And we've also then included, as you mentioned, the patched Southern Railway when the banana trade went to Southampton, as well as the post-1937 LNER livery, because they all consolidated and all the different companies kind of standardised how they did the livery on wagons, so that the workmen wouldn't be confused and have to look around the wagon to find the various information. It was all in the same place in the same format on every company. So yeah, those are the 2 new inclusions, but as well as that, we've expanded the range by changing how many numbers we produce. So originally you had just the 2 versions, 2 liveries, and they had the 1 number and that was it. Every version of the 4 liveries now will have 3 numbers. So you know, depending on what era you're going to have, you can straight away buy 3 of them and have a rake to use on your layout without having to paint and renumber your wagons.
Hello again. So there we have it. There's our exclusive with Oxford Rail. That video will be coming out as a standalone thing on Wednesday, so don't worry about that. And on your screen right now, Make Out Like a Bandit. Many thanks to Oxford Rail, very, very generously provided this discount code for the Monday Clubbers. So 20% off ordering from their website. This does include diecast as well. So just see what they've got and get your order in. 20% really is a great discount. And of course, they're already competitively priced anyway. So you just take care, everybody. And until next week, don't forget that on Friday we've got a full video review of the new Acura Scale HTO and HTV hoppers. But from all of us here, you go. Oh,
There you go.
the little invisible wall's gone now. That's great. But from all of us here, you guys take great care of yourself, and you will be prompted at the end of the stream about heading on over to the Game Hammer Classic Gaming. But before we talk about that, a huge thank you to Andrew Bettis, who very kindly gave £4.99 on the Super Chat. Thank you so
Thank you so much
for your generosity. But what have you got coming on All Request Friday on Game Hammer Classic Gaming that all people
All
need
Request
to do
Friday,
is,
eh?
Monday even. All that people need to do is click the button and they'll be whisked over for their live streaming experience to continue.
Yesterday was Dizzy, the Egg Adventurer's 38th birthday, so we're going to be playing a game of Dizzy.
Oh.
But also... excuse me.
But also cough cough.
Yes, Andy Fryer's Junction, also known as Sawyer Models.
Yeah.
He donated
he did.
Tucker Racing.
Oh yes, yeah.
On PlayStation 1, so we're going to be playing a bit of Tucker, a bit of proper getting out there and racing around in cars. Like
whenever I hear Tucker, all I think is Tucker me. Yo, Fragment, Tucker me.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It was like a big red hot maximum pumping hit in 1998, 99,
I'll take your word
98.
for it.
Oh. Anyway, you guys take great care of yourself. Happy modelling. Bye for now.
Bye-bye. The train now departing is the 2110 service to Bolton Trinity Road, stopping at Mineth Tatis, Tatis Newith, Mineth Tatis Newith, Buxton on File, Huggleton on the Hill. That unnamed layout that Jenny said had a name and it turned out it didn't have a name. Pittsburgh, somehow. Eindhoven. Butts farting. All change in 3 cocks for Lord Hereford's knob. Grove Street Yard. And then on to Bolton Trinity Road. That's the 2110 service to Bolton Trinity Road. If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was is gathered there together because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club.
Monday Club for everyone, so come on and join the fun. Say
Scratch your
yum
bum and say yum yum.
The song falls down. We could do with some new lyrics.
Yes. Right, I'm off to fire up the retrovator.
Okay. Smell you in a bit.
Activating retro stylings.
I could be wrong, but I think that's got stuck on the point over there.
You got stuck on the point.
Our system's stuck on the point. There we go. The weird noises are just me putting Topsy to bed. Oh, sounds like Simon the Clown Horn. Jamie Smith says, hi all, sorry, really late. I will watch on catch up. No worries. I'll be honest with you, probably 2/3 to 3/4 of our audience does watch on catch up. Yes, Gronksy, Simon Truth. I'm ill. I'm ill. I'm incredibly ill. Yes, that's why I'm mixing up all my words, and I've got a tremendous sore throat. But I, of course, would never miss the Monday Club. Oops. So I just dropped the mouse. So it still works. Yeah, it does appear to. JL Railway says, great show, Jen. See you next week. Get well soon. Thank you so much. Jamie Smith says, interesting stats, Jennifer. Yeah, I think it's the same with any live stream. Is what you find is that for various reasons, also global audience, when you do the live stream, the number of people who watch live is quite small. I wouldn't say quite. Is not the major part of the audience, as it were. So we get a lot of people watch the Monday Club on catch up, probably because they're in other places around the globe, or they just forget. Like, oh, I didn't realise it was on. Oh no, I've missed it. Richard Grutas, how are you setting fire to your pizza? And Jamie Smith, absolutely. I always look forward to seeing the Monday Club live. JL Railway says, forgot to ask Jen, how's the little Landys doing this? No, of course, no Land Rover ever gets scrapped. So I just got word that the Cupboard Monkey is about to go live with Game Hammer Classic Gaming. So just got time for me to say, take care. It's been great having your company. We'll see you again next week. Do check out all the previous videos on the channel. All the videos coming as well. Friday we got that full review of the Acura Scale wagons. But for now, you'll get a prompt and an opportunity to head on over to Game Hammer Classic Gaming, where your Monday night live streaming goodness will continue. Gareth L. Evans has just took advantage of the Oxford Rail offer and ordered 3 times Naval Stores tankers. Absolutely. You guys make out like a bandit. It's there to be used. That Monday Club discount, really generous of Oxford Rail. So thank you so much for that. And it's valid for not just the railway items, but also the Oxford diecast items too. As long as it's in stock, there's no minimum order spend, and also there's no minimum to the number of times you can use it, so you can come back time and time again. My top pick is the Bosch Buster set with Dean Goods, the Bosch Buster sound fitted. Really great deal anyway, but 20% off that. I mean, it'd be foolish not to take advantage. But until next time, you guys take great care of yourself. Happy modelling. Bye.